Godfrey Nyakahuma, the resident district commissioner, Kabale district, has raised concerns over the continued centralization of the procurement decisions, citing failed projects and misplaced priorities under the current centralized system in the government projects. This message was delivered on Friday, 29th November 2024 during the socialization workshop for Kigezi region organized by the Public Procurement and Disposal of Public Assets PPDA held at Cephas Inn in Kabale district, Kabale municipality, on the recent developments in procurement law and practice in Uganda. According to Nyakahuma, Kampala-based procurement decisions disregard local needs, resulting in shoddy infrastructure and wasted resources. He advocated for the decentralization of the procurement decisions in order to foster local accountability, improve projects' relevancy, and ensure timely completion.
The second one, PPDA, you are aware, we have, this country has got a decentralization policy with fully fledged governments. You give a project is given to a district, but you want the procurement to be taken from Kampala. And when your people come from Kampala, having been given a project, they don't want to be supervised by the district. Because they have got their projects from Kampala. I mean, their data from Kampala. And when they come here, what they do is a disaster, a total disaster. I can give you one of my health center here. Procurement done from Kamapala. A contractor comes, started the project. When the district was quarreling with him, and ended when the district was quarreling with him, and now the things are about to collapse. Because he got his tender from Kampala. Another one was brought from Kampala to come and put up as a health center contracted by Bank of Uganda. Also came. Did the same, refused to pay. People provided the services. That one had to arrest him and pay the money from the police. So, some of our humble requests, let the districts be given responsibilities. Chief Administrative Officer, Accounting Officer, has got all the mechanism, all the machinery to do the work. Why should a procurement take place in Kampala? So we make some of those things be considered and corrected. Lastly, the word timely. Your words in your letter. Timely. All the procurements that have been given, contractors have failed to finish these projects in time. We have ICU here. Before you leave, you can go. We have people from referral hospital here. Where are they? They are not here.
According to Alinda Wilfred, representing the LC5 chairperson, Rwanda district, he urged the government to bring down the procurement decision to the district, for they are the eyes of the people who voted them into power. He added that contractors who acquire contracts from the central government disrespect the local leaders during the supervision process, having paid a lot of money to acquire the contracts.
Oh, thank you so much. Now the thing is, there are some instances where government gives contracts to some contractors from Kampala to implement projects which are in our local governments. Now, such a project, most times they carry very big sums of money. They are very big projects. But the problem is these contractors pay a lot of allegiance, most of the allegiance, to the people who gave them contracts in Kampala. Yet we the local politicians, the local leaders in local governments are the ones to do most of the supervision. You see, when someone does not respect you, it means you cannot supervise that person. This is what exactly happens, and we ask government to consider bringing those contracts, those resources to local governments down in Rwanda, in Kabale, in Kisoro, such that they are awarded from there. I believe this is when these contractors will respect local supervisors, people, because at the end of the day, I am the eyes of the people who voted me. I'm the person who should go and say, you are not doing well here, you are not doing well here. And I believe that supervision is what makes these contractors do a good job.
Chief Francis Frank, the acting registrar, emphasized transparency and accountability as the crucial role in public procurement. He urged local governments to actively participate in procurement processes, particularly in collaboration with central government ministries, and urged them to report any irregularities to the PPDA authority.
The hybrid procurements are a collaboration between either the responsible ministry, and especially at times it's the Ministry of Land and Housing and Urban Development, or it is the Ministry of Local Government or Ministry of Education, depending on the specific sector. But normally hybrid procurements are procurements where the procurement is conducted by the ministry, although the beneficiary is the local government. Now, the key thing is that number one, they needed to encourage the local bidders to participate, the local bidders within the region to participate in such procurements if they have the relevant experience and the qualifications. But also most importantly is that the local governments should not only think that the contract stops at an award. They still have a duty as the beneficiary to look through it. They can still write a complaint to the PPDA authority, which is in charge of contract implementation and audit, to really look into this, and they could even recommend for the suspension of providers who do not perform or according to the expectations or according to the provisions of the contract. The provision is available for them within the law.
The chairperson PPDA urged the local government workers not to frustrate government programs and deliver work as required and procured.
But the law says, do it within. We have no choice. If you have ever gone to court, you know how difficult it is. You present your application, they give the other people what you presented, then they make submissions, then they look at the submission, we read, give you a hearing. Hey, to do sort of a case in 15 working days is hectic. So what we are calling upon all of us, for us not to frustrate government programs. Let's follow the law and work within the time. I think my sister wanted to...
The tribunal workshop aimed at educating the stakeholders on the role of the tribunal and the jurisdiction, clarify eligibility criteria or filling application outline tribunal processes and expectations, and address appeal procedure.
And today our focus was on the new development in the procurement law and practice, and we focused on who can come to the tribunal, under what circumstances they can file an application before the tribunal, what should they expect when they come to the tribunal, and where do they appeal when they're dissatisfied with the decision of the tribunal. Our focus in today's stakeholder engagement were the accounting offices of the local governments, regional referral hospitals, and government entities within the Kigezi sub-region.
Samuel Umuza, Educator Vision.